Welcome again to another episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. I am your host, Lionel McDonald. So, with me today, out from the West Coast, a couple time zones away, we have Nick Wilson. So, some of you may follow him, some of the content he's created. But Nick, welcome to the pod.
Happy to be on here, man. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Glad I was able to reach out. I saw some cool things that you had posted recently and say that would be a great guy to be on the pod. So glad you were available. I know it's December now. You see, it's Wednesday. Got my Wu-Tang ugly Christmas sweater on. So that's how we're rolling today. But yeah, I think you and your love for sneakers. People always like to hear, where did your sneaker love kind of start?
Um, Probably I'd say it really started probably when I was in like second or third grade. My sister was really big into sneakers. I wasn't really like necessarily into like what we today consider like sneakers, right? So like Jordan brand, New Balance, Adidas, stuff like that. I was more into like skate shoes because I skateboarded a lot. But like my sister was real big into the Jordan brand stuff, and I didn't really understand it like when I was super young. So I watched her kind of do the camping out overnight, standing in lines,
Wow. Okay.
getting
Cool.
to new cops and stuff. And she'd always come home and she'd always be talking about them and show them to me. And I'd be like, oh yeah, that's like super cool. And then like probably from that moment on, I started learning more and more about shoes and just like the stories behind them. And then like more about like even how shoes are made. Coming from the skateboarding background and stuff, like I'd go to the local skate shop and I'd be like, yeah, I bought these shoes and they fell apart. Oh, these shoes sucked. What's going on with them? And then we started learning about shoes are made different ways and different materials and they have different like technical abilities. And then I
Yeah.
really started like nerding out probably like third, fourth grade about like the like technical side of things. I'm real like sciencey about things. And like I like to
Yeah.
know like the who, the why, the where, the when, the how, why did it do this and kind of thing. And there's actually his name was Mike. I still remember him. He ran a skate shop called 808 Skate in Phoenix, Arizona, and he just like let me nerd out over shoes at the skate shop all the time. And I was just like, oh yeah, I want these ones and I want these ones. So right about third, fourth grade is when I really started getting heavy into skate shoes. And then from then on, it's progressed into whatever it is today. I don't even know what it is today. It's just my life. It's not even like
Yeah.
a love, or I mean it's still a love, but I mean it's like all encompassing. It's 100% time consuming, nonstop from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, yeah, I think it's fascinating. You hear, people's, early adoption. It's amazing that you started so early, but obviously there's always someone in your life that is an influence. So clearly for you, it was your sister and got you early into the game. More from a skate side. But when did kind of the Jordan brand? I know you look at a lot of your posts. Jordan Brand is first and foremost if I were to take a guess. So where did the Jordan Brand love kind of begin?
When I started making real money, I think that's kind of like when it really
I
like.
feel you on
I mean,
that.
I always had the love for it. You know what I mean? I like kind of progressed through like the sneaker realm of a little bit of everything. After the skate shoe stuff, I kind of ran into just like the Roshes, the Fly Knits, the NMDs, some of the Ultra Boost stuff, and then from there I got into like new like young New Balance dad shoe stuff. This is like 10, 12 years ago.
Hmm.
And then probably like I mean, like real heavy into the Jordan brand stuff and like really, it's probably like 2012, 2013 or so. It's probably like when like my real like affinity for like really going after everything and really learning about every drop. What's the story behind it? What's the reasoning for this? Do I like the shoe? Do I like the way it looks? Probably like 2012, 2013 is when it kind of like started really spiking deep into me of like, okay, I really want to find out more about it rather than just, yeah, it's a cool shoe. I like it. I'm gonna buy it and wear it and put it on my feet if I can. And then from there, it kind of spiraled off into whatever it is. Again, like I said, whatever it is today. But
Yeah.
prior to that, it was to go to the sneaker shop. What do they have on the shelf? What can I buy? What do I like? What looks good to me? And kind of going from there. And then from moving on after that, it just turned into yeah, I want everything that I
Yeah.
can. Let me teach me everything about everything that's coming out. I'm gonna sit here
Yeah.
and read these blogs. I'm gonna watch these YouTube guys tell me all about everything that's coming out. So that's and then like most of the Jordan stuff at the time, 2012, 2013, like the way everything looked that was coming out in that time and that era was like everything that I just really liked. You know what I mean? Even to this day, I still kind of stick in that era. I feel, even moving forward, it's 2023 coming up and I'm still like, oh yeah, I still want those old retros and
Yeah.
everything else of the same thing because that's just like what I remember coming out at the time and I didn't necessarily even get it at that time, but now it's like, all right, I can find a way to get it or spend the money or
Yeah.
then you get it or sometimes you get it and then you get it and you get like put on your foot and you're like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know about
You
this.
copped it and it's like, you got
Yeah,
excited for this one and this is not it, right? So yeah,
yeah.
it's interesting that that's the time frame that you kind of really got going, 2013, 2012, because I think that's when there was a significant pivot with retros. Like retros got multiplied in like 2012, 2013. So we'd always get, it'd be a Jordan 4, whether it was
Mm-hmm. My
white
favorite
cement,
silhouette.
and then you
Yep,
got, then there was a white cement 3 in 2012 or 2013. I remember the House of Hoops here in Toronto. That's when it opened, and it was the OG 88. That's when people were after that one. But that, if you think about the actual line of Jordan, at that time we were at like Jordan 28.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, we had Ray Allen wearing it, but it started to drift further and further away of being able to wear it on the street and strictly being a performance shoe. And hey, it has great tech in the shoe, whether it was your double stack zoom or some of the modular pods that were in the 21. But yeah, it really pivoted that then the sought after piece became it is the retro piece, and they kind of like force fed us retros, whether it was he got games or it was Jordan 12s or just some of the other things. So yeah, that was that was a great time to latch on and go for the ride, because there's some people that have latched on in the last couple years that still look, oh, when am I going to see a retro 8? Like God knows when you'll see it. We've seen a couple ones in women's, but when will they retro like an Aqua 8 or some of these other ones? I think you guys will be waiting for some time for that type of stuff to happen. But
For
the
sure.
ones, the threes, the fours, we're seeing, just 2022 twos are the flavor. So yeah, it's real interesting to see that's when you latched on, because I would say that was one of the best time frames to really get going. I got going much earlier. I started in like, probably tell you the first Jordan I ever bought was in 2000, or sorry, 1996, when I bought my gate, we'll call it my gateway Jordan, which was the Red 11. That was the first Jordan I
Oh,
ever had.
nice.
And I've said it before on the pod that but I'll share it with you that I had a kid that was in my age in my grade, and he says, "You'll never own a pair of Jordans." And I started working in retail and had my own money finally, and that was what I latched onto. It's like, I'm going to buy a Jordan. And hey, Jordan 10s were sitting on the wall. It just didn't do it for me. I think down the road I tried Jordan 10s and I like them now, but I don't love them compared to some of the other ones. But when I saw the Jordan 11 come out of the box, it was like mind blowing. It like
Right.
changed my world. So
Nice. And that feeling never goes away.
no, it does not. It does not. It's a feeling that cannot be really replaced. It's something very unique. So you say you're from Arizona, correct?
Yeah, from Mesa, Arizona, just outside of
Okay.
Phoenix.
Okay, cool. So, and I asked this question, and obviously some that are further up the hemisphere, but it's interesting when the weather changes and it gets a little cooler, or you see more rain, and Arizona's pretty dry regardless. But is there a time of year that you kind of change your shoes and you wear different shoes because of poorer weather? And what shoes do you wear? I know some guys talk about Air Max, others talk about, I just wear everything and I just beat it up and that's that. But how do you make the poorer weather work for you, and what shoes do you end up wearing?
So this question is actually super fitting because we've literally had pouring rain for the last like
Ah,
5 days.
perfect. Yeah.
So it's like I saw the question, I was like, man, this guy's like watching our weather down here. He knows what's going on. All right. So typically, I mean, I work at Reshoevn8r. So at Reshoevn8r, I mean, we clean and restore any sneaker alive. So I can confidently wear almost anything in the collection whenever I want and not really be too afraid to mess it up.
Yeah.
But I typically try not to if it's raining. Usually, if it's raining, I'm going to pull out a pair of dunks, probably, maybe some SBs, some, what about, no, what are those that I've been wearing? Oh, those 2002 Rs. I've been wearing those 2002 R
Yep.
New Balance. Like, that's
Yeah,
kind of like
they'll
my,
then
like,
become super popular, those ones,
yep.
2002s. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like probably like the my Fire Red fours, my Fire Red fours.
Okay.
Those are probably when I go. We did a custom on them, so they're like custom, vintaged, aged. They're a 2020 pair, but they look
Hmm.
not like a 2020 pair. They look.
Nice.
I did a pretty good job on them, I think. But
Yeah.
so like those are kind of my beaters because I kind of like already messed them up, but didn't mess them up. Um, those are probably like my most go-to, like not afraid because like especially with my SBs, like I skate my SBs, not all my SBs, but most of my SBs I actually skate
Hmm.
in them. So they're already because I still skate to this day. They're skate shoes. So I mean they're
Yeah, so
kind of
they get worked.
they get worked already. I'm not worried. I mean I'm not there, skating around. I'm not that worried about if it's like wet or muddy or whatever everything else. I did get stuck. I got the ALD 991s, the New Balance ALD 991s. Then they're like that suede material.
Yeah.
And it like never, and this was when they first came out, and like it never rains here. It's just a funny story about the bad weather. And I literally was taking my kid to one of her friend's house for a birthday party, and we got out of the car, and it starts just dumping rain on us. And I'm just like, why did I wear these shoes today? What am I
Hmm.
doing in these suede shoes? Pouring rain outside right now. But yeah, no, we ran to the birthday party and cleaned them up after that. No big deal. They look
Yeah.
brand new still.
Yeah, you funny. You say you rain, and I still remember, like, I think this is the first time I truly got caught outside with a suede shoe. So I had a pair of original last shot 14th, like from when they launched. I guess it would have been 1998. So I'm coming out of the mall that's near my house. It's a 12-minute walk, and literally the sky opened. I probably had worn them twice. The
Oof.
sky opened. I immediately run back inside. So what am I going to do? I got one pair of shoes, but I cannot wear the, like, I saved every last penny to buy this shoe. Like, I was literally borderline in the red, but I had this shoe. I had to have it because of the history and the story that went
Right.
behind that shoe. So I had a backpack. I put them in my backpack and I
Yeah.
walked home 12 minutes in socks.
Barefooted. Let's do it. Yep. Yeah, that or the old get the shopping bags and put the shopping
Yeah.
bags around it. We did
Yeah.
that when we were
The
kids
mall was
too.
closed. So the shopping bags
Oh,
were not an option.
not
In
you had to take them
hindsight, maybe
off.
if I gone to the convenience store that was like attached to the subway at the TTC, it's the RT in Scarborough, or part which is east end of Toronto. If I thought of that, I probably could have got away with it. But now I just soldiered
Yeah,
up
better
and I'm just
put them
gonna.
in the
These
bag.
socks are gonna be wet. I'm gonna be okay, and these
Yeah,
shoes are gonna be just fine when I get home.
exactly.
All right, so you said like you're excited for the releases and some of the things that come out. So we've had some hot ones. Call it the fourth quarter of the year. We had Midnight Navy Jordan 4. We obviously had maybe the sneaker of the year, depending which one you want to talk about. Whether you had the Emma Monier Jordan 4 or you had the Lost and Found Jordan 1, which has probably caused the most hype of any sneaker. What are some of the sneakers that you've been interested the last couple months, and maybe you could share, maybe top five, or if you got a top 10 off the top of your head, what are some of the sneakers that you're still looking forward to as we cross the hurdle into 23 and the first part of the year? Love to hear
Also,
what's on your radar.
so I just hit today on the special edition Concepts Orange Lobsters. So
Oh
I hit
wow,
those for retail today. Yep. Yeah, I got the did enter the draw yesterday. You're in Canada, so you didn't get to enter,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
No. Yeah,
Sucks.
I'd
I
have to
know.
go through Soul Savage. They got some backdoor ways to figure stuff
Nice.
out. But
Nice. Yeah, I entered the draw yesterday. We were in the middle of a shoot, entered the draw, put my phone down. I was on a shoot today, got the email. It's like, check out right now. So yeah, I got those. So those will be coming. I hit on all of the ALD New Balance 550s and 650s
wow.
couple weeks ago. I got the green and gray pair of 650s already came in. The leather 550s came in. I'm still waiting for the suede 550s and the blue 650s to show up. They're supposed to be here Friday. The Alma Near fours are I took every loss you could, every site, every draw, every
Yep.
restock, double on the freaking Alma Manier, L on the sneakers. I everything I could do to get those, and I didn't get them. I didn't even try for the Lost and Founds.
You didn't.
No, no,
Do you not like it?
I got something in the works. So
Okay. All right.
I
All
got,
right.
I
So
got a,
you didn't
I
have
got
to
so
try because you
I
got
got
some
some
connects.
85. I
You
got
got
some 85s we're working on right now.
oh
So doing
wow. Okay.
some 85 restorations and stuff with Vic at the office. So we're going to be doing some regular 85. So I'm like, no reason to get the 85s will be real. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the real lost and found.
That's the OG lost and found.
Right,
That's
exactly.
yellowed in
Yeah.
the right place. Like I have a
Yeah.
pair of like 20 or 2012, Chicago ones, and yeah, like
Hmm.
they're yellow, like the midsole is yellow, the tongue has gone yellow, but they crease so badly,
Yep.
but I love them because that's the way they are.
That's where they are.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
supposed to wear the heck out of your shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, we just did one restoration at the office on some 85 Royals for Vic. We did they were like soles are completely shot. So we did like a whole sole swap and he rebuilt all the collars and rebuilt all the innards
Nice.
and stitched it by hand, every panel all back, like took it all apart, fixed it, put it all back together. I mean, the shoe doesn't look brand new, like in the aspect of thinking it would be like coming off the shelf brand new, but I mean the shoe is now 100% wearable. And so him and another guy flipping kicks, he's got a bunch of 85 plugs and stuff. And we did another
Hmm.
restoration and then customized a pair of 85 Chicago's for
Wow.
one of his. Yeah, like what, you're gonna take an
Yeah.
85 and restore it back to like OG and then customize it. But yeah, they made some black toes. That video, we did a whole video on that that'll be coming out pretty soon. And after he did those black toes, I was like, ooh man, those look so good. I gotta do those. Um, but yeah, so I didn't go for the lost and founds. I was pretty kind of like, I don't know, like desensitized to them, I think, after I just got content shoved in my face
Yeah, I thought you were
for
gonna say you were gonna
nine
say you had a
months.
serious case of FOMO because there was so much juice on that shoe, and I just should
Yeah.
just get a pair. Just like put that on ice. I don't need to see it, and 3 years later you'll pull it out. But no, you stood
Yeah,
strong, and you said,
yeah.
nah, I don't need that.
Nope, I don't. I don't need it. I'd rather have a 94, 95 pair or an 85 or even a 2015 pair
Yep.
and wear those ones. Um, the new Salehi Bembury 990 V2s that are
Mm-hmm.
dropping tomorrow. That's gonna be I
Yep.
love those. Just like scrolling through my list. I made a list here of new stuff that's coming. And I'm really looking at. I do kind of like it's. It's funny that a lot of it's New Balance. It's
And
crazy
you're leading to my next question. Is like,
the shift in my collection in the last eight. But yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Most everything else that I've been like really looking forward to isn't really anything new that's coming out. It's more like it's kind of like want to like just keep continuing getting things that I didn't get when they originally came out. So I'm weird about it. Like I if a sneaker comes out, we'll say the Alma Manier fours, right? And I want it, I will not just go and buy it. Like I won't go to a sneaker store and buy it. I won't go on Goat or StockX or eBay and buy. I won't just go buy it. Very, very, very rarely, I should say. Very, very
mhm.
rarely will I anymore. I like the shoe to naturally and like let the universe, as weird as it is, have it come into my
Yeah.
life, right? Whether it be like I do a lot of stuff on trade block. I'm really big on trade block. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know what trade block is.
I just got wind of trade block about 2 weeks ago, and I just looked,
Nice.
like, not that I was gonna do anything, but it's like, what is this? And I kind of looked, and I was like peeking. It's like this is
Mm-hmm.
a whole different area of sneaker commodity and trading. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's like the old school way. Like, you'd meet a guy in the park, or you meet him in front of Foot Locker or Champs, and okay, we're gonna trade. Like, this is straight up, or these two for this.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
I've
it's
done
amazing.
I've done a lot of the one for two, two for one, one for three, three for one, kind of both aspects of it. So like a lot of the stuff I get now kind of comes from that aspect of just waiting for it to kind of like come into my life. And I've got all the homies and stuff that have shops and stuff like that, and they always kind of
Yeah,
know like what I'm looking for, and they'll be like, hey, we know we're kind of looking for this, you know, you got something you want to swap out for or whatever else. So I kind of like just wait for things to find me, if that's
yeah,
like a better way of saying it. And I'm totally okay with it. Cause like I'm not like it's not like it was 5, 6 years ago where I'm just like every single day, what am I buying? Like, I got to buy a new pair of shoes today. What's new dropping? I got to get everything.
yeah,
I did that for a little bit and like just stockpiled stuff, and then that's kind of where I got with like some of the bigger stuff that I have now, like my Veneer threes, a couple of my breads, my black cements, the white cements. What else is in there? Some of the off whites all kind of came the same way of like
yeah,
stockpiling random whatever dunks. You know what I mean? They're just like whatever colorway comes out this week, buy them and just put them in
yeah.
there and then
They
swap them
become
out.
good trade chips.
It's yep, that's it. Yeah, basically that's kind of what it is. And I just put, I think I just put like 35 pairs on consignment at one of the shops here, just because I don't know. I get into like I'm not wearing it and I want to wear it because I don't really call myself a collector. I call myself a wearer. So like
Yeah,
I buy the shoe to wear it and love it and use and like show it off and everything else. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just buying it to stockpile and use it as an asset or using it like a stock or something like that. So, like, a lot of the homies and stuff, they like Lost and Founds, for instance. I mean, they're buying every single pair they can buy under
yeah,
$400. They'll buy 10 pairs today if you can get them for 380. I mean, we were just at Heated Soul last weekend, and it's just like, this is what we're offering. Do you want to buy? I'll buy all your pairs up right now. I'm
yeah,
more of I'll buy it because I want to wear it, and I'm going to
yeah.
put it like the second it comes in, it's going straight to. I might take a picture or two of it for Instagram, but then after that, it's going straight to toe.
Yeah, I feel you on that. So you cut out a little bit, but you really kind of triggered something, like the shift in your collection to New Balance. So you've talked about 991s, you've talked 550s, you've talked about I think the tremendously underrated 650s. So tell us, like, what caused the shift? Is it just New Balance making, bringing out cooler stuff again? Or, is it just, I think, Nike and their monopoly on the market, it's kind of got people to think about other things that are potentially out there that are cool. And I think when, you see some, not necessarily celebrities, but influencers starting to diversify their collection. I've been wearing 574s G's for the last 15 or almost 20 years. I've worn the same blue pair. It's beat. It's like, probably looks like one of your skate shoes. But I just continue to wear it and wear it like rain day. Don't care if it's suede. I'm gonna wear it. That's like one of my go-to. It's like, I call it the sacrificial lamb. That's the one I'm going to wear outside when the weather is bad. But tell us a little bit more about your shift to New Balance, and, well, maybe a couple of your favorite New Balances right now.
So I think the big shift really, I mean, Instagram and obviously, the media aspect inside of things. You see all these collabs. I think, probably the collab stuff was really what kind of set it
Yeah,
off, because you start seeing like, okay, well, like there's a Kiss collab, there's an Amy Leon Dore collab, there's like now this Leahy Bembury's, and you start seeing more and more of it. So then it kind of like piques your interest. I think a lot of the times for so many years, I kind of like had just like blinders on, you know what I mean? Where I'm only I'm only really ever looking at Nike and seeing what Nike has. I'm really only paying attention to them, seeing what they're coming out with. And then my feed starts getting more and more into the New Balance stuff over the last like year or so. And then I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I like those. Those are cool looking. All right, I like those. And like, I wore like 574s. Like, that was like my go to, like, just work shoe or like walk around shoe for many years before everything. And
Yeah.
then I started getting more and more into it. And then I think probably the biggest shift was the fact that if I wanted to buy it, I just went to New Balance or Bodega or Extra Butter or whoever was doing the drop,
Yeah.
and I would just click to add to cart, and then it shipped. So I was like, "This is a lot easier.
Yeah.
I like this."
Yeah.
And so
No doubt.
it was funny because like the
And you could
first like
get what actually what you wanted, like
yeah
you strike out like that. You talked about M on your year four, and yeah, you strike out like on 10 raffles. And it's like, what the heck? I go and buy the one New Balance that I like almost the same, and I just get it's sitting there, it's sitting in
yep.
the cart, and I'm gonna love it just the same. You like me or a sneaker wearer, and yeah, it's awesome. Like you just get what you
Yeah,
want.
but
Oh, who we got there?
little hamster friend.
All right, all right. So what would you say is your top five favorite shoes? Can you actually take it down to a top five?
Like top five that I own or top five like
Yeah, let's
ever
go
in the
with what
whole
you own because I think that helps
top.
to narrow the
Yeah.
scope a little bit.
Top five that I own. That should be pretty easy. We'll start at the top case. That would be probably two. Probably that's the Alma Manier threes.
Okay.
Um, and then my off-white dunks right now, lot five, because I hit early access on sneakers, so that's a special pair to me on that
Yeah.
one. My mocha highs. My daughter bought me those. My daughter and wife got me those for my birthday. Special
Nice.
pair for there. Then most of them are gonna be like just special shoes to me and not really like
Yeah.
super hype shoes. My daughter customized a pair of Vasquez Dunk highs for me.
Nice.
She like tie dye dyed them. So she took the
Cool.
gray shoes and like tie dye dyed them. They have like a Barbasol makes a shoe dyeing kit thing,
Yeah.
and so she did that for me. So like I think I've only worn them twice, but like that's just a top five special shoe to me.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, what else is in there? That's what three, four. That's four. What would be five? A top five. That's like what do I wear the most, right? I mean, top five. What would be the fifth one that I wear all the time?
Think about the one you wear the most, like you just beat
Yeah,
it into
yeah.
the ground. Think
My
of this.
alma
I'm
my
thinking it's going to be like an SB or something like that. I would just, if I were to
eh,
guess.
yeah. I mean, I mean, I like those SBs, but now I mean, the shoe that I wear literally the most is probably my Alma Manier threes. I probably
Okay.
wear that shoe minimum twice a week, every single
Okay.
week.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
that. That's
that's a
probably
good one. I
that's
think when people compare the four of them, that's probably the best one.
yeah. Three,
I
four,
like
one, two,
3-4-1.
one, two.
No, no, I would go the other way. I would go 3-4-2-1. I don't like the one.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the quality of it and just the look of it. It's just like it for a one and like how you can color up a one to me that was just they just missed the mark. It was disappointing to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
three is the gold standard of that collection.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. The three is next level to, I
Yeah,
mean, for even when I think about everything that's come out in the last few years, like the three to me is still like that shoe that like when it came out, I was like, I gotta have it, I gotta get it. And
yeah,
then of course, didn't. And then finally, like it's probably like 6 or 7 months after it came out, I finally got it. And I was
yeah.
just like, yeah. Someone's like, hey, I'll trade you a dead stock. I'm on near three for your I traded in my taupe haze fours and my bread fours
Okay.
for those, and they were both minor used and traded them. I'm like, sure, let's
Hmm.
do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like again, it's like
that's a
that
good
thing.
trade.
It
I
came into my
bread four is my favorite, or black cement four for the older
yep.
cats. But yeah, that's my number one. But to get that shoe, that's a good trade.
Yeah, super good. Yeah,
Yeah,
and like the black cements, they're I don't want to say like a dime a dozen, but you can pick them up here
Yeah.
almost everywhere, anywhere between like 350 to $500,
Yeah.
and you don't really see Nama Money or three
No.
sitting anywhere. So it's
No.
just like I'm gonna do it. If I want to grab another pair of black cement fours, I can literally walk in
You can
almost any
find
store and
one.
pick
It's
one.
not
Yep,
that hard, but
exactly.
I'm a Meunier, you need to put some work in. So, hey, we got about 5 minutes, but I definitely want to touch in on. So you mentioned a lot about, rejuvenation. So maybe you can kind
Hmm.
of tell us your experience and what it's like, and you work closely with them now. So like, yeah, give us maybe a couple minutes, a little snippet about rejuvenation.
Yeah, so Reshoevn8r, we're a sneaker cleaning company. Essentially, at the end of the day, is we sell sneaker cleaning product,
Yeah.
brushes, solution, all your full line of sneaker care products. We are really big on the media side of things. So we've got a YouTube channel with 1.7 million followers. We've got
It's huge.
TikTok with like, I don't know, 100 and something thousand right now. We just started TikTok a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Instagram's like 800,000 followers, big on Twitter, Facebook, everything else. So when we do, I mean, just like sneaker related content all day long, content machine from, doing, showing you how to clean shoes, especially anything on a new release, how to take care of them, how to restore old shoes. So if you do, that's what we do with Vic Almighty on our YouTube channel. He does all of our sneaker restorations. So
Yeah.
he'll take an old pair and show you how to restore them step by step through the process. Um,
Amazing.
try to like make it as easy to follow as possible without like being like, oh hey, you need $5,000 in tools to be able to do this $200
Yeah.
restoration. Then we also do customizations as well. So we do custom shoes for a plethora of celebrities, sports teams,
Yeah.
just kind of, and then also just fun stuff that we're doing ourselves there. But yeah, I work there. I'm their full time on staff photographer, so I do all the photo related content that you see across all
That's amazing.
platforms. Yep, yeah,
That's
it's really
dope.
cool.
That's dope. Yeah, and I think you see it more now than ever. Whether it's NFL athletes, customizing cleats, and the cleat world is now totally collided with sneakers.
Oh yeah.
So many guys wearing Jordan 1s. Jordan, I play touch football. I have Jordan 1 cleats, I have Jordan 3 cleats, I have Jordan 7 cleats. So they like that world is totally now in line with actual sneakers. So and then guys customize them based on the color of their team and all of the different
Hmm.
things that make to be. So and in baseball is a whole on a whole nother level, because many of the football players can only wear it for certain games or a pregame, but baseball players are wearing it all the time, and they're taking like regular sneakers and studying them and making them
Yep.
into on field or on diamond shoes. So pretty amazing.
Yeah,
So
one of
kind
my
of my
buddies is a photographer for the Mets, and he has
yeah,
the whole segment every game of who's wearing what custom cleats for the Mets all the time on his Instagram. It's crazy to see.
amazing. So we're going to wrap up with a little rapid fire, kind of this or that. So I'm going to give you a couple models. You just tell me which one is your favorite. You don't need to explain why. Tell me which one is your favorite. So
Okay,
head to head, Air Max 90 or Air Max 1 OG.
Air Max One.
Okay. Jordan 3 or Jordan 4.
That's the four. It's my
All
most,
right.
yeah, four.
Jordan 1 or Jordan 11.
One.
The Griffey line of Nike or the Barkley line of Nike.
Griffey, let's go.
All
Freshwater
right. All right. We
Live.
got a Griffey in the house. Um, Puma as a brand or New Balance as a brand? I think you kind of gave us the answer already.
New Balance.
All right.
But
So what
Puma for Lewis Hamilton. Let's go.
gotcha. 650 or 550?
650. It's crazy, but I like the 650 a lot better than the 550. It's more comfortable.
Okay. 991 or 990?
991.
Okay. And then Ultra Boost versus NMD.
NMD.
Awesome. All right, Nick. Well, thank you so much for being on. Maybe you can tell us how we can find you on Instagram.
Underscore Nick underscore Wilson underscore, because got to be extra, extra, extra like that. Or follow us at Reshoevn8r.
Nice, nice. So, Nick, thank you so much for the time. Hopefully things are well in Arizona. You have a great holiday season, but This is another episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. Appreciate everyone's time and to listen. You can subscribe on YouTube, or you can get it wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks again, everyone. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.